am trying to get into Masters myself. Anyways, we do have LexMillea, the red Protoss, in the bottom right, being very well-mannered, good luck or good fun, and have luck. A bit different, but Zer definitely responding. He is Voightkampf, or Voightkampf. Yes. I'm just going to take a wild guess here and say this is on the European server. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. We'll speed this up though, not seeing any sits pool. Probably going to see that Forged Facet Span from the Protoss, which is normally seen on this map. Just the extractor trick going down, that's why we saw the extractor in the production queue. He could be going for that Nexus first build. That's something I enjoy doing, especially when you don't see an early pool. And the pool is about halfway down now, but he still has more than enough time. Throwing down actually another pylon before throwing down his... Oh wait, no, that's the one at the natural blocking the third base, or the natural of the Zerg, sorry. Getting a bit confused in talking, but... The pylon does, or the probe does come over here and will block the drone yet again, delaying that expansion further and really hurting the Zerg. Zerg will get out a total of 6 Zerglings, and the Forge is not started. He will want to work on that pretty quickly if he wants to defend against any lanes sent towards his base. And it does go down right now, actually a gateway, no Forge on the way. And that's a very greedy build in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but 6 lanes on the way could do severe damage. We'll take out that probe, and we'll probably be on the way towards the Protoss's base. Hopefully not moving to take out the pylon. Yes, they are going down, and will fight, or will get to this wall. It will not be a complete wall by the time they get here, I'm going to say. A very small chance of that, unless he gets enough money for another gateway and a pylon. I believe that he needs a 2 spots there, maybe only 1. There goes the pylon though, and he will wall off, but he will lose probably this pylon, and that might hurt him slightly. He is going to cancel that and chrono boost out a zealot. There goes the cancel, saving as many minerals as possible from that. More lanes on the way though, seeing that there is no forge even in... Oh wait, no, there it goes right there, actually about to finish up. And this pylon about to fall here soon as well. The zealots are being was being chrono boosted. Now comes the other one being chrono boosted. Almost getting surrounded now, in a very good spot to fight those Zerglings till the end of the time. But now he is surrounded. It will fall very quickly. A lot of problems here for the Protoss if this zealot dies. And there it goes. The cannon will be finishing soon. He needs to start doing damage to this pylon or the forge. He does pit the forge, and he does try to surround the zealot one more time, and just keep making more lanes. A lot of lanes on the way. If he can break this forge down in time, he will be in a good spot. But it looks like this zealot is taking quite a long time to die. This forge getting severely low. The cannon just about to finish though. And it will look like it will clean up those Zerglings, but the cannon, or the forge, only has a total of 20 health left. If he moves in with these other Zerglings, even without speed, it will come in. The zealot does cancel or kill the forge itself. I'm confused on that one, but he doesn't know about these extra lanes on the way. He doesn't know that Zerd is still on one base, and that Cybercore is down. He sees so many lanes coming in. He will need to block this off very quickly. The lanes do keep going back for that zealot, and they should just move into the main. I don't know why he's doing this. Yes, the lanes do move into the main. 3 zealots here, and these probes will have to either run away or take the fight. It looks like they want to fight. The zealots will chase these Zerglings away, and no more will probably be coming into the base, but we do see a Baneling nest coming down, and that will definitely hurt if those are made and do get into the probe line. These zealots doing a little bit of a dance though. And they do start this. Why are the Zerglings fighting? A little bit of a miss micro by him. He definitely doesn't want to have those fight each other. The Zealots will take about 4 Zerglings each, and that's if they are surrounded. So if they are not surrounded, they will take many more. We do see the Assimilator going down at the natural, though. He does want to get that gas started, trying to catch some of the Zerglings, but being not very effective, rather. A lot of lanes streaming across the map, no speed, but that Baneling nest is about to finish up, and that will be very scary for the Protoss to deal with if these do get into the main base, or either mineral line. The other lanes seem to be dealt with. Yes, they don't look to be in the base anymore, and Zerd is down by a couple of supplies. Supply capped as well, making 2 overlords right now to deal with that. Not a natural base in sight. solely lane Baneling, and now the speed starts. He might be overcommitting to this, though. If Protoss can hold here, he will be in a very good position, and the Zerg will definitely need to find a new way to deal with all of this. The Zealot's on hold position. If he had a probe... Oh, whoa. Why did he go for that pylon? I'm not too sure. He will pick off both of these Zealots, though, and these Banelings taking out about 5 probes. A total of 6 probes have been killed in this match. A little bit of a nose claw going there, apology. But more Zerglings being made. That speed about halfway done. Mothership is coming out, which will do a lot of free damage to those lanes, but it will not be very quickly done. So those lanes will be still be rampaging through the base unless these Zealots are made. There's only one on the field now, and he will get back into the main base where the Mothership core is. But no, he decides to fight the Zealot, pulling back the low health lanes, and he does take that out while only losing one Zergling. So he is going to keep attacking this mineral line now, losing a few Zerglings to surround if that does happen, and there it goes, but losing a few probes as well. In total, he has lost 11 probes. More lanes coming in, still no natural base. He is committing fully to this attack, trying to slowly beat down the Protoss, and he does lose one more Zealot. Now the speed has started. That will help him immensely. And another cannon has started where? The cannon is here in the natural, and that will help defend that natural base, but lanes in both the main and the natural doing damage to both mineral lines and taking precious mining time away, especially when so much supply is kept in those probes. We do see a total of 25 probes are made to only 17 drones. Again, Zerd is committing fully to this attack, trying to get the surround on those stalkers, so that way he will take care of those very quickly. More lanes on the natural actually as well. These are moving into the main base, trying to do more and more damage. A total of 28, 29, he might even get up to 30, no, 29, 30 probes now have been killed for the Zerg. That will greatly hurt the Protoss, but when Zerg is still only on that one base, it isn't in the worst position for the Protoss. More lanes coming in, 2 more Banelings being made. If those can get to a mineral line, they will do severe damage, and these Stalkers being caught, but now they are on a good choke point for those Banelings. Those Banelings do splash and almost take out one Stalker by themselves. The other Stalker being taken care of, but no more lanes are in the base. We do see more being made, and that +1 armor, which will help his units survive a lot longer against those Zerglings. Probably not expecting even more, but here they come. Excuse me. Finally, Zerd is taking his natural at 12 minutes, and definitely a lot later than normal, as I have a little bit of a voice crack there as well. I will just keep pulling attention to my mistakes, because I am that guy. But we do have a macro hatch on the way as well. And still only lane Baneling, no tech going up, but 2 Zealots want to take out this hatchery, and they will do a decent amount of damage to it. Calling the interesting game, which I will say for sure, definitely pretty action-packed. He doesn't have a sentry here, which would be very helpful to fend off against any future Banelings, and will save his Zealots and cannon. But this time, no, the Zealots do fall, the cannon does fall, and the hatchery, I'm gonna hope that was cancelled. Oh wait, he says he shouldn't have cancelled it, but I'm pretty glad that he did. That must have been getting low with 2 Zealots doing a decent amount of DPS for quite some time on that hatchery. But we do see 12 more lanes being made, still no more drones. He is only at 14 drones, and that will definitely start hurting him soon if he does not get his economy back in shape. There are a total of 35 probes on the field for the Protoss player, and that is just going to set him very far in the lead. We see the Robo coming down as well, getting him that tech advantage. Since the Zerg is not even close to any form of layer tech, he doesn't have the gas to support that, especially if he keeps making any Banelings, but no more have been created for the time being. This Pylon and the Zealot will be taken down pretty quickly, only losing a few Zerglings to that Zealot. Pretty normal stuff there. Sentries being made finally, and that will protect him from any future play, not having any more cannons on the field by this wall, not even the one that was making over here in the natural before. And that will leave him a lot safer if he does block this off with the sentries. More Zerglings coming in, but they are too afraid. Honestly, they have a lot of damage that they could do, but without being Banelings, they can't break into this base very quickly and very efficiently, so they will just run away, and he will start his natural as well as the lair is about to finish out that natural finishing up. So more drones. He definitely needs to get his economy in shape if he's not going to do any more damage. He could take down these rots. That would be very effective if the Protoss did not realize that sometimes you can catch people off guard by taking those down, and other times you do just leave them with an open third base. So that is a risk-reward scenario. But we do see an Immortal being made. Might be expecting a Roach play to finish this all in, since he knows that the Zerg is on a very, very low economy compared to the Protoss. But we do not see any Roach Warren going down. We do see double Evo Chamber going down for those upgrades, but both are cancelled. A little bit of confusion amongst the Zerg forces. He wants a Spire and an Extractor made, and instead, actually 2 Extractors will definitely help to have those Mutalisks, but against a decently sized gateway force, you might run into problems, especially with this many sentries, that Guardian Shield reducing a lot of the Mutalisk damage, since it does affect the bounce damage. We do see another Immortal being made, more gateways being thrown down, and that shield upgrade, which I believe still affects the Immortals' shield, the special shield that the Immortals have, but it has been a while. I do not remember for sure. These Zerglings will be running around trying to find some form of escape path, but they just keep being force fielded in. A lot of force fields actually being used on this, and he does have an open path. If these Lings just ran into the main, that would actually be very good for the Zerg player. But he is just going to rally them over here. Not a very good spot. He does start the third, and the Zerg does spot the third. The Zerg does not even have thoughts of getting down another base, however, so he is in a very bad location, or a very bad spot. He will want to get those Mutalisks out as soon as possible, only having enough for 4 at this time. He will probably have enough for 5 by the time the Spire finishes. That will not be nearly enough to deal with this many Stalkers and Sentries. The Robotics Bay has started, as well as 2 more gases at the third base for the Protoss, and more gateways being thrown down for that supporting army, and that will definitely be more than enough to deal with anything Zerg can throw out. Protoss is ahead by a decent 40 or to 50 supply. He's ahead by 16 drones or 16 probes as well. That will leave him very far ahead in economy, still making more of them, something you never want to forget to do. This is a Masters level game, so I'm sure that he knows what he is doing. Another Mutalisk being made, as well as another Immortal. He definitely wants to take down any ground forces pretty quickly. Those do a decent amount even to non-armored units, but that 55 versus armored is very, very helpful against any Roach play. The Phoenix, or 2 Stargates rather, come out, and he could definitely make some Phoenixes to kill these Mutalisks, but since he has so many Stalkers and Sentries already, he might not feel the need to. He does start that Photon Overcharge, which will deal a decent amount of damage, not killing any of the Mutalisks, but definitely scaring them away. He will want to get cannons in his mineral lines, as well as possibly starting those Phoenixes to counter these Mutalisks if he so chooses. We will see what he feels the need for. He does not get the Colossi right away, but he definitely has the money for it. He just needs to get his macro in check. More pylon. He didn't seem to be supply blocked. I thought that's why he wasn't getting that third Colossi, but that is not the case. We will see more Zerglings and Mutalisks being made. He's going for that full Mutaling play, which is not as effective when you are this far behind as the Zerg player. The Fleet Beacon, as well as 2 Phoenixes going down, Mutalisk in the back of the main base. They will do a severe amount of damage, killing a decent amount of probes. There have been a total of 37 probes killed in this match. That is not a very good match to be a probe. I'm glad I'm not one of them in here, but the Protoss still ahead by about 40 supply. That will leave him in a very good spot. +1 coming out for the Mutas. This is the only matchup I like to see that +1 attack coming out before we see the +1 defense. But 2 Phoenix here can endlessly kite Mutalisk, and they will do quite a bit of damage, but you don't want to get them caught like that. And 1 Phoenix almost does go down. With the ranged upgrade from the Fleet Beacon, they will be able to take down Mutalisk much more easily, especially if more Phoenixes are made. And with the Gateway army he has, he will fend off any amount of Zergling Baneling army as well, so he is in a very good position. These Stalkers trying to get a few hits on these Mutalisks, none of them going down, though. Blink would be nice to see here, since he does have such a good economy in comparison. These Zerglings run away due to these Zealots at the third. I believe the Mothership core was taken out earlier. We will see. No, it appears that it was not actually. It was just hurt. Wouldn't use that Photon Overcharge, otherwise I would say that needs to be used again. The range upgrade for the Phoenix is about to finish up, but the +1 for the Mutalist also about to finish up. He transitions into a Void Ray, actually, and we will see what he intends to do with that. He is going to break down these rods and possibly start his fourth base here soon. Would be a pretty good timing for that, but instead he has to defend this third base of his. It actually might go down. It is going down rather rapidly, but he is going to lose a lot of Mutalisks for this, especially if the Phoenix chase. They do have a very good range and are faster than Mutalisks, and they can chase them down forever or kite them forever if microed properly. He does lose one, does lose two. He does need to take care of that a little bit better, and he does have more Phoenixes coming in somewhere, or those two that are still just not done yet. Still ahead by about 50 supply, and still now going to remate his third at some point here soon. The Zerg only just now having his third starting to get saturated. Only the guys are really being used there, and a few of the mineral patches. The Protoss, though, starting his third back up, going to rebuild. Faster, stronger, better, whatever, however that goes. Does have a decent Phoenix count, up to about 7 now, I do believe. And no, up to 8 actually. I just need to learn how to count apparently. He does start that Twilight Council, and that will allow him to either get the Blink play or the Templar play. These Phoenixes definitely need to do a lot of damage to the Mutalist, and they will keep them pinned down if they stay throwing one Mutalist away, but Phoenixes can attack while moving, allowing them to continue chasing while taking out that suicidal Mutalist. And they will keep backing away once the Mutalisks try to turn around. And another one getting taken out. You don't want to have your rally point set like that. 2 Corruptors being made to counter these Phoenixes, but they will still are able to do quite a bit of damage. The +2 air attack also coming out, and he might just switch into a lot of airplay. This Queen will get taken out rather quickly, and the Mutalisks are his only defense against this, but they are the worst defense you could have against this. More drones being picked up from that Graviton beam, and the Mutalist trying to chase them out, but getting so many kills. The Phoenix is doing 10 damage +2, and they have 2 attacks, so a total of 20 damage per hit on those Mutalists. Shotting the Mutalist since they have no armor, and there are still 4 Phoenixes on the map, or at the Zerd's base rather. So, and we still see 2 in production, a total of 4 back at the main base of the Protoss, and 2 more in production as well. So that will definitely help him when those all group up, and here they go over to the main army. No loss I've seen in this army. There isn't a lot on the ground for the Zerg. Only Mutalist, really. He does have a total of 1 Zergling. Where is that Zergling at? He is holding the watchtower. He wants to be there for his team, and that's the way he thinks he can do it, which, more power to him. There is a carrier started. That might just be a mistake, because carriers are not seen in StarCraft 2 basically ever. If he is going for that full Sky Toss build, carriers are sometimes seen in that, but the Tempest so much more often. Maybe he thinks those carriers will be pretty good against the Mutalist. The Tempest not very strong against Mutalist, but can hold their own against the Corruptors in large numbers if the Corruptors are not focusing them. And the Zerg has not shown the highest level of micro play in this match, but everybody does make those mistakes even at the Masters level. We do see more Mutalisks coming out. We do see the +2 for the ground weapons of the Protoss, which will help his Stalkers shoot up much more effectively, and will take a lot of damage on those Corruptors, which are those armored units, which the Stalkers do that extra damage to. A total of 15. Will be 16 once that upgrade does finish. This Overlord finally being pushed out. You don't need to poop on his expansion anymore. He does want to take that, and does want to take a 4th base, as well as the Zerg taking a 4th base without taking these rots down. He doesn't really have much to take down these rots besides Mutalist, which do need to be active across the map. He has supply bots as well after losing that Overlord, making a few more. But he definitely needs to get his supply in check. He's at 110. 1 probe will zap this down at some point soon, no time soon rather, and it will be taken out far before his time. That carrier being instantly killed, and the Phoenix is flying into a place that they don't want to be. 2 Archons could cut off this army, or just catch these random Mutalists over here. This Void Ray will be taken out. He does need to fly those Phoenixes in and get a lot of free kills. Those Phoenixes, or those Mutalists, will start attacking the Fleet Beacon, but they probably don't want to stay there too long. The Storm is on the way from the Templar Archives, which will help with that area of effect damage. The Phoenix is now being forced back by the Corruptors, but this ground army will do a lot of damage, even if they are just mostly sentries attacking from the ground. That is a lot of extra damage. The Photon Overcharge coming out as well, making this army have to run away, and the Mutalist will run to the 3rd, but so many cannons there, as well as these Phoenixes, the Mutalist are basically trapped, and they will die if they choose to run away, the Corruptors not being enough defense against 5 Phoenixes with that extra range and the shooting while moving. The Phoenix is caught by a few Mutalisks, though. Two of them do go down, and he stops microing them entirely, loses all of them to the rest of the Zerg army, decides to warp in all of his High Templar instead, and he could move out soon with this many Templar and Storm energy slowly being gained. The Storm is just about to be researched, as well as that +3 starting, 11 drones being made. He does need to start saturating his bases. He is only at 54 drones compared to 67 probes from the Protoss. The Zerg now making more Overlords. He is supply blocked rather, and more Mutalisks flying in to the main base. He could take out these pylons, could take out a random cannon instead. The Phoenix is coming in here though, and he could kill more of this Sky army from the Zerg. No blink started, something I would like to see. He does have a decent amount of stalkers, but apparently not enough to make that investment. He probably knows better than I do. He is Master's level, but we will see. Two more Phoenixes on the way to deal with these Mutalisks. More and more Mutalisks being made, as well as that +1 upgrade for their armor in the air being upgraded, which will greatly help against the Phoenix attack, but still will allow them to be easily killed by these +1 Phoenixes. Or no, not +1. I thought they were upgraded, but apparently not. He will just keep making those, and he will chase down these Corruptors for free, killing them with those very fast Phoenixes. That will leave the Mutalisk completely undefended when it comes to those Mutalisk, or when it comes to the Phoenixes rather, and will allow him to have a lot of map control. The Zerg is down by about 40 supply, and a lot of his supply is trapped in Mutalisk. He does have a total of 25 Mutalisk, about 50 supply solely in that. The rest of his supply is in those drones, but we see Protoss with a rather mixed army. The Templar damage will be good. The Archon damage will be amazingly strong because you cannot block that or micro out of it so much as you can that Storm damage. These probes do need to get to working. This fourth base is about to finish up. It is about halfway done. Killing the Rots would be strong, but he hasn't seen any Zerglings recently, so he must not feel the need to take those out, so it will give him more paths to get to his fourth base if it does come under attack from those Mutalisks. And the Mutalisks will fly back into the fourth base, possibly. No, they keep going in and out. And let's see what he has on the production tab. Blink is finally started. That will definitely help him get into position with those Stalkers, allowing them to teleport under the Mutalisk a lot more often, or get into range of the Mutalisk a lot more often and a lot faster than what they can now. The Protoss army, instead of defending against these Mutalisks, he's doing what you have to do against lane muta play, which is just go kill the Zerg, because you know Mutalisks cannot fight you in straight up engagements. And this will go very poorly for the Zerg if he continues, because those Mutalisks not doing a lot of damage to buildings, and the Protoss army slowly, ever so slowly, getting through these units, and will kill everything very quickly. Everything also having that biological tag, those Archons doing so much damage to biological. With that +3 upgrade, they do 47 damage, and that is area of effect damage. The Spinecrawlers won't be very much of a match for that many Archons and Immortals, but we do see the Phoenixes going back to save the day. They do need to stop these Mutalisks, and this army will not go into this just yet. They do not want to engage that many Spinecrawlers, it would seem, even though they could probably take that out pretty easily. These Mutalisks will take a lot of damage from those Phoenixes, trying to do as much damage as they can without being killed. They will take out the second nets as possibly, but they're going to take a lot of damage from those Phoenixes. More Mutalisks coming in. He has a total count of 31 Mutalisks, and the Phoenixes are his best effort to stop that, but it might not be enough. This army is going to move into the third base of the Zerg and will kill that very easily. These Templar are not in the best position if any Mutalisks did fly down. Only down to 3 Phoenixes now. He definitely wants to have more than that, but his Stardate is unpowered, and he doesn't have much of an income except for this base right here, which does not seem like it will be attacked anytime soon unless the Mutalisks can get over here without being hit by those cannons. More and more Phoenix shots going off. They have a total of 5, 0, and 4 kills on those Phoenixes, and they are all solo except for one of them. This base is taken out, and the Zerg is now on one base of mining. The base in his main is gone. He's not getting much gas at all. Only has 100 saved up. He will not be able to make more than 1 or 2 Mutalisks by the end of this game at this rate. And these Phoenix is still getting kills. 6 kills for that one now, and 1 for that. Let's see the other one. If I can click on it, it doesn't matter, I guess. But we will see that these Mutalisks keep going in and out. The Phoenixes keep trying to be microed back and forth, trying not to take any hits with that extra range that they have unless the Mutalisks get in their face. These probes will go down extremely quickly, though. Luckily, the Protoss does have 2,000 minerals in the bank. Throwing down 2 Stardates will have enough resources for about 6 Phoenixes with that amount of gas, but he needs to make a lot of pylons really quickly so that way he can get the supply room for those Phoenixes. These Phoenixes will take that out very quickly. if they can keep getting hits on the Mutalisk, but it is taking so very long for them to do it because of the vast amount of Mutalisk. 4 Zerglings finally being made. Geez, he has a lot of spine crawlers in the T for structures, that's what it is. He does have 16 spine crawlers on the field. Firecrackers finally chasing away these Phoenixes. We will see some form of engagement here soon. He does have that blink, I believe, so he can get under these Mutalisks rather very quickly. And there they go. They do blink. The Corruptors fighting the Phoenixes. That's not a fight Protoss wants to take. He does want to finish this up rather soon. He has lost a lot, but so has Zerd. And Zerd is not mining very much compared to the Protoss, still on one very well mining base. The Blink Stalker's steering away the Mutalisk, but that 4th base will go down probably. He's going to focus that down, losing a few Mutalisks. He doesn't want to do that at this point since he has such a low economy. Every unit is very, very important. Losing yet another one on that Blink. We will see 2 Phoenixes at a time being made, and a mass of Lings being made as well. But this ground army is set to deal with anything the Zerd can make. If there was Ultralisk, there would be problems for the Zerd. If there was Zerglings, there'd be problems for the Zerd. If there was Roaches, there'd be problems for the Zerd. These Immortals and Templars doing so much damage to anything the Zerd can throw out. So we will see what he can do. If he can micro this pretty well, then the Zerd might be in a good spot, but it will be extremely hard for him. Just going in for the engagement on the Protoss's base instead, but there are so many cannons here, he can't engage the Protoss's 3rd base, which is the only mining base, and that's the most important part of this game right now. The Zerd is trying to throw up his own 3rd base, but that won't last long since the Protoss is moving in that general direction. Everything over here canceled to save those minerals for the Protoss. This probe running for his life, he's not going to make it. These Zerglings will soon turn on the buildings and the probe itself. All these gateways will go down. All the production facilities, rather, will go down here rather soon. And just more pylons being made. That's all he can really make. He doesn't have much room in this small base of his. So many cannons being made to protect him. And these pylons not in the best spot, really. They can all be taken out. The 3rd base now being hit from the Protoss, blinking onto that base, being cancelled though, saving those minerals. But again, he has so few minerals. But the Protoss doesn't feel like he can break in here yet still. So many Mutalisks on that 2-1 upgrades. The Phoenixes, if they had those upgrades, would be much, much more effective, but we have not seen those yet. Neither player is producing any units, but we do see a total of 7 Phoenixes against 27 Mutalisks and 2 Corruptors. The 20 Stalkers will definitely help from the ground, making the Corruptors nullified, and the Mutalisk will be very ineffective against them, losing yet another one. He cannot afford to lose units that way. He does need to finish this out soon if he has any chance of defeating the Protoss. These Zerglings catching all the Templar. The Templar have to basically storm themselves and turn into Archons to save themselves. That's not going to work. Some of them being taken down by that. The Phoenix is nowhere in sight. They have to come over here to fight this army and get these hits off. They can take out those Corruptors, which will allow the Protoss to move in against the Mutalisks much safer with those Phoenixes. The production tab showing only Phoenixes being made. The Archons sadly being taken out. That was a giant investment being taken out by those Zerglings. A very good, efficient trade from the Zerd. Still having a few of those Lings actually too, even though they are on no upgrades actually. The Zerd just cannot be fought when he has so many spine crawlers up here though, and that's about all he can do. Is now he's going to try long distance mining. I don't know if I agree with that, because those drones will be in a very bad spot, but since he has literally no minerals here and only 1 mineral patch with 100 minerals here, he can't really do much else besides do that long distance mining. The Phoenixes though, getting a few Overlord kills, getting a few hits on the Mutalisk, not much else going on there. Down to only 14 Mutalisks against 11 Phoenixes. That army right there alone could kill what the Zerd has, could even lift off the Zerglings, and really could be the end-all, be-all of this army. And there it goes, they are actually picking up Zerglings here, trying to deal with these. These Zerglings could never break into this, and so many probes just chilling out here. They don't have any more work to do in this match. This is basically boiled down to whatever micro the Zerd can do, and with this many Phoenixes, I don't think there is much he can do. He will probably fall here soon. He is down by about 90 supply, and that will be a very tight spot for him to be in. The army coming over here for him, but so many Phoenixes, so very strong against those Mutalisks, down to 14 still. 13 Phoenixes are on the field, could still make a total of 2 more, and there they go, I would believe. Yes, 2 more being made from the Protoss. and that will leave him with an equal amount, now greater than the muted count in Phoenixes alone, let alone his ground army as well. The Zerg could not move out past this position no matter what he does. If he moves all of his spine crawlers, his main base will be destroyed. This army is trying to defeat the ground army, but it will not be nearly enough. The Mutalisk down to only a count of 11. Honestly, the Phoenixes could just fly in here and kill everything Zerg has, everything that is near and dear to his heart, but that is not going to happen just yet. Another daily going down of all things. These Phoenixes just flying over the Mutalisk, losing yet more of them. He has a total of 8 now. He needs to just move in with the Phoenixes. This game could end any minute. I don't see why he doesn't just end it, taking an expansion instead. He could just end this for the sake of me, for the sake of all of you, but instead, the Zerg is going to move out with his spine crawler army, setting up a very, very large position, trying to get a safe third for him, even though this observer is already here. All the spine crawlers are here, but they cannot shoot up. Only the spore crawlers 10, and 3 of them was not enough to deal with this many Phoenixes rather. All the drones are caught, and they will all be picked off immediately since they are light, and those Phoenixes doing so very much damage. They will all fall down to only 25 supply, and that is all banked into these Mutalisk, and 2 Corruptors as well as 3 Zerglings and a single drone. A single queen is also on the map somewhere. She must not be having a very good time sitting at the natural. The main army trying to blink under these Mutalisks, but the Mutalisks just a tad bit too fast. This game should end any minute here. The Zerg can't really do much of anything. He has 1 drone and so very few Mutalisks. The Overlord speed upgrade of all things, I think he's just doing whatever he can at this point. Just messing around. There is nothing that the Zerg can do. Just go kill the Mutalisk. Seriously. You can just go kill the Mutalisk. Or you can make things interesting. Uh-oh. Let's see what he has to say here. Mutalisk fearing for their lives. Only 17 supply for the Zerg. 132 for the Protoss. Let's just speed through this a little bit faster. These Overlords going down. All of them actually going down. So he does not have many of them left. Another Phoenix being made. I don't know why. So many spine crawlers just kind of chilling out here, talking back and forth. And he does definitely have the better army with that composition of Templars that he had earlier, as well as those Phoenixes and the Archons. Just waiting for the people to leave. And the Phoenixes definitely are a very hard counter, but that is good game. And finally, it does end. A very scary start since so many lanes, and that all in, he just committed far too much to that. He didn't have the economy that he needed to fight the Protoss, and those early on engagements weren't very good with him. The Stargates going down to counter the Mutalisk play, the Blink Stalkers, the Storms, everything went into the Protoss' favor, so that was a very good game from LexMillea, and thank you for sending in that replay.